Bust it.
Hello and thanks for staying with us. Welcome to Political Platform. My name is Amechi Anakwe. We told you yesterday on this program that there are insinuations that the National Assembly may begin the process of amending the Constitution to provide for states of the Federation to begin to operate their own police force. We can tell you that that came up yesterday while both chambers were debating the killings going on across the country, especially the very last one in Plateau State. The House of Representatives went ahead to say it was genocide and asked the government to set up places where orphans, children who were orphans whose parents were killed in that attack, to be given care and raised. Talking about killings in the country, some 3 days ago, it was 2 policemen in Abaji area council on a patrol, an outpost along the Lagos Abuja Abaji Lokoja highway. They were killed by criminals and their rifles taken away. That should be around Sunday night or Sunday evening when some of their colleagues, 3 of them left that outpost to go and get dinner in the nearby town, leaving just 2 of them behind, and they were waylaid by robbers, criminals, and they were shot dead and their rifles taken away. This time around, on Monday evening, it was in the city center, Galadimawa roundabout, close to Sun City Estate, very close to also the Gens village. Is one that many residents of Abuja City know of. 7 policemen at an outpost near a roundabout were murdered and their rifles taken away. 2 other civilians who were unfortunate to be around that place, a very busy place, were not spared as the criminals snuffed the life out of them. Very tragic. 7 policemen, those that are doing a lot, sacrificing a lot to really keep us safe, cut down in their prime. It tells us about the need to review security arrangement within the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. There has been a lot of criminality and upsurge recently. It's been there, and I think it's an opportunity for those in the police authorities to really begin to make Abuja safe again. Anyway, some other developments across the country. A pro-Buhari rally in Owerri yesterday. The governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, was the organizer of that rally, and it attracted chieftains of the APC. One significant thing there was the statement credited to the president through the secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa. He represented the president at that ceremony. He asked the Igbos, the Ndi Igbo as we call them, to vote for Buhari in the 2019 general election. As doing so will strengthen their demand for an Igbo presidency come 2023. That will be after the president would have completed his 8-year tenure. That is, if he wins the 2019 general presidential election. If he wins, most likely, many people say it may just go to the southeast, and the president believes that if the southeast votes for him, maybe it will strengthen their hands and compel the party to begin to think of picking a candidate for the presidential election for 2023 from the southeast. Will be linking with a chieftain of the APC from the southeast, Osto Kechukwu, who has been raising these issues, advising the Igbos that the surest way to Igbo presidency is to return Buhari to power in 2019. We'll be hearing from him much later on. But my colleagues are here. Adebayo Bodurin, welcome to Political Platform.
Amishi, as a media practitioner in Abuja in the late 80s and early 1990s, one thing that was clear then was that Abuja was a very, very peaceful and secure city. In those days, You can even leave your you can leave your car in front of your house, leave the key in the
ignition.
In the ignition. You wake up the next morning and you will still find your vehicle. Nobody will tamper with it. Nobody will touch it. In fact, in those days, what you find is a situation where people break into homes to steal soup, to steal gari, yam, and all the rest. But criminals then, Abuja was not one of the places that was attractive to them then. But now, are we safe? That's the question we naturally ask. A situation where, not in the night, not deep in the night, that criminals will ambush policemen, kill 7 of them at Galadimawa, almost, it's not too far from the city center. It's really
about a kilometer to the city center.
Yeah, it's really an indication that things are really not very good for us for now as a nation. Insecurity everywhere, and I think, like everybody has been clamoring, I think this is giving room for the fact that we need to rejig our security architecture in such a way that people can sleep with their closing their eyes. And they're still talking about insecurity. Is so terrible that just the last 24 hours, 18 more corpses were discovered in Zurmi forest in Zamfara. You recall last week that over 20 corpses were discovered in the same forest. It clearly shows the fact that things are really out of hand, and we really need to wake up. And talking about permutations and working towards 2019 elections. It does seem in the next few days, a few things will become much more clearer. Information I gathered yesterday indicate the fact that another group called Reformed APC Bloc within the APC has emerged, and is being led by the former governor of Kano State, Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, a senator, and they are in talks with others.
SDP.
And are in talks with other parties that is leading the group to sign an MOU with the PDP. How it will turn out to be is something that I think we really watch out for in the next few days. And not just that, Shehu Sani announced publicly yesterday that he will soon dump the APC. Shehu Sani is the senator representing Kaduna Central. So it does seem as if in the next few days, a few things will probably happen, which we'll watch out for, and we'll let you know on this program. And the last from me is for me to salute our colleagues in the Guardian newspaper. Today is exactly 35 years when that paper was appear on the newsstands, and they are rolling out the drums to celebrate their 35th year anniversary. Why it is significant for us to salute them is that media enterprise in Nigeria, many people may not know the way the papers come, the way you see you listen to the radio or watch things on the television. It is not really it's a slow, heavy investment, slow returns, and yet if you are still able to sustain a media enterprise, you need to salute those who are behind it.
Yes, congratulations to them. Talking about the reformed APC, yeah, you rightly said it was it's led by Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, and we had most members of the National Assembly, some APC people who were initially part of the new PDP have joined this. Is it reformed APC?
They call it reformed APC.
Their grounds was that the NPDP appeared to be wasting a lot of time and negotiating with the APC. They wanted a faster approach towards leaving the APC, and they believe.
Well, it's 8 months to the general election.
They believe time is not on their side, that they need to take a quick decision to have ample time to put their house in order ahead of 2019 election. Their strategy is to align with the SDPs and other parties. Then when they form that alliance, they will now approach the PDP for a bigger alliance going into the 2019 general election. Ijeoma Samo, welcome to Political Platform.
Thank you, Amechi. I would like us to just take our minds back to 2014, before 2015 election, when the members of the NPDP formed the G7 group, 7 governors leaving the PDP. We saw things like this, negotiation between party stalwarts. We even saw them going to see the Shonekon, and they were just deliberating on issues. thinking and talking. But I think what the NPDP is doing is trying to at least try to put their everything in order and let people understand that what they have done is they have given the APC enough time to reconsider their opinions and reconsider what they are putting before the table. I think that's what the NPDP is doing. Before now, even before Bayo brought up the issue of reformed APC, I have heard somebody use the ROAPC, that the party, another group is coming up from the APC, ROAPC. When I heard it from him this morning, I laughed because I remember I was somewhere and that name was called. You're talking about the NPDP, there's going to be RAPC, but what we don't know is, are they coming together to join the PDP and other 35 political parties to form a mega party that we've been hearing about?
No, there's no time for mega party.
It's not even a mega party, a mega group.
An alliance.
To stand with one particular candidate. It's going to be only
candidate. An alliance.
Amici, I don't want to say dumbfounded when I watched the live broadcast in Owerri yesterday and I saw negotiation with the Southeast. I heard them say the vote for 2019 will determine the positions of the Southeast. And I begin to wonder, are they selling votes? If you vote for me today, I will vote for you in 2023. That's what it's all about,
negotiations. It's all about negotiations, interests, compromises, house trading. That's what politics is all about. Today, welcome to the show.
Well, you rightly noted, so long as there's politics, there would always be horse trading. I also watched that rally in Owerri yesterday, and I saw all their permutations. But again, you find that there's also another group within the APC scheming for a leader to emerge from the Southwest, the president to emerge from the Southwest after the President Muhammad Buhari would have finished his tenure. So there are a lot of schemings going on. We will see how it plays out. But I think that because the other calculation does not factor in the Southeast at all, maybe the Southeast is trying to latch onto the one that favors it. I think in all of these calculations about mergers, alliances, we're leaving out one party, the ADC. I know that in the Southwest is one party that a lot of people are beginning to look at. So it will be basically between the SDP, the ADC, and then, of course, the two big parties. And, of course, the other smaller parties, too. Remember the alliance of 37 political parties. So we're going to see a lot of horse trading. And more so that the time is a bit limited now, 8 months to the elections. They know that they have to hurry up so that they can work out the final details of whatever arrangement and be able to make it during the election. As for the killing of the policemen, it's really, really, really sad that the people who are supposed to ensure the security of life and property are the ones being mowed down like this. I don't know, but Mali said, how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? How long will this continue before what ought to be done will be done?
We're talking about the Southwest presidency in 2023. I can tell you that there are rumors, some insinuations within the APC that part of the agreement Muhammad Buhari struck with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his support for 2019 is to pave the way for Asiwaju to run in 2023. These are what we gather in the grapevine. These are all possibilities. So those in the South that will benefit if Buhari completes a two-term tenure of 4 years, each 8 years in total, will always want to go for it. But of course, yesterday at the National Assembly, it was protesters numbering nearly 1,000 taking over the entrance to the National Assembly. They want the Senate President Bukola Saraki to resign. Same with the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara. They said they should immediately resign from their positions, and they want the National Assembly to discontinue this issue of constituency projects, and they accuse them of budget padding. But National Assembly members are alleged that they were sponsored by the executive. But I say, of course, almost every other protest is planned and sponsored by some interest. One development yesterday in Abuja, a new private university in Kano, the very first for Kano State, one of between Lagos and Kano. Which one is the most populous? in the country. Kano got its first private university yesterday, Skyline University. And personally, I was elated. The second private university in the whole of the Northwest. The Northwest is the most populated geopolitical zone in the country. For now, one university has been operating in the Northwest in Katsina, Al-Kalani University. It was licensed in 2005. 75 private universities in Nigeria, and the first for Kano. Many more should follow. Kano needs about 15. The stakeholders there must recognize the need to provide quality tertiary education for the teeming population of Kano people, to give them a place in our economic process, not just all about Amajiri School. We'll take a break. Thank you so much for remaining with us. Let's quickly welcome our guest to the studio. Osto Okechukwu is a stalwart of the APC. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Nigeria.
Good morning. The president was telling the Ndibo yesterday that the surest route to an Igbo presidency, possibly in 2023, is to vote massively for him in the 2019 presidential election. You have been also raising this issue in the past. How do you put all this in the context of the upcoming presidential election?
Let me thank Mr. President and the Secretary to Government, Boss Mustafa, for a wake-up call. I remember that this is the second time Boss Mustafa, on behalf of Mr. President, is making this wake-up call to the Ndibo. The first was when the Ebonyi State delegation visited him. I think that what we're saying, all that I've discussed with, across the length of meetings I've got with the Igbo people, we all agree on a common trajectory. One, that we all want to remain in Nigeria, and we also believe in democracy. And if we want to remain in Nigeria and believe in democracy, whether you want to restructure, whether you want to have state police, whether you want to atomize the Commonwealth, the only way to do it is first and foremost to stop sulking. And the next 4 years is not far off. That will support President Muhammad Buhari in 2019 is a clincher, because there's no other person from the north, going by the zoning convention, that had only 4 years left. The 4 years left by President Muhammad Buhari is constitutionally stated by the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And secondly, and most importantly, as Adams Oshimole, the chairman of our great party, the APC, said, those infrastructure, critical infrastructure in the southeast, that was not done by our sister political party, the PDP, in the past 16 years, President Muhammad Buhari had taken off. He had taken off with the second Niger Bridge. He had taken off with the Enugu-Parakot Road, Nightmare to Makurdi, Enugu to Onitsha, and other ancillary projects.
Some say yes, on paper it appears the APC would guarantee the presidency for the Southeast if it wins the presidential election in 2019, terminating in 2023. But some have said this president does not like Igbos, that there's a possibility he may want to give it to another geopolitical zone in the South because of this his relationship with the Igbos. The Igbos not voting for him in the past.
No, what we are saying, as Boss Mustafa stated, that we need a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift means that we need to think out of the box. I've also stated in the past that the Japanese, after the Second World War, Americans bombed Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And they still maintain their relationship after the war with the Americans. Today, they are the number one allies of the Americans in that part of the world. And the growth of the Japan is based on the fact that they forgot the past. And I'm also saying that it's not only Mr. President soon, Mr. President giving us a line of survival, returning to the mainstream is one point. But the second and most important point is that going by equity and natural justice, the convention of zoning is not a law. It's is the benchstone moral weight of the convention that to have a harmony and peaceful existence of the country, that we need to rotate power between the north and the south. And luckily for Igbo, when the thing came to the south in 1999, we voted for the then president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. We voted for him in 1999, voted for him in 2003. And when he came to the south, we voted for Jonathan in 2011 and voted for him in 2015. And the three regions of the southern hemisphere of the country, each of them had enjoyed the perquisites of the presidency as a rock. We are the only region, geopolitical zone in that hemisphere. So we are working on two plans. One, the support of Mr. President if we reciprocate by voting for him. The reciprocal of Mr. President if we vote for him. And secondly, and most importantly, the equity and natural justice we will place on the table. We're not talking of even from 1960. We're now saying from 1999. Is there anything we did wrong that the South had tested the juice?
Okay.
The Southwest had for 8 years done so, and we're the only person left behind.
Okay.
In order to make it concrete, we need to vote for President Muhammadu Buhari for the good work he's doing in the Southeast. In Nigeria generally.
This is an ongoing discussion. Definitely, subsequently, we'll also get you back into this program for your perspective as we get more reactions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ose Kechukwu, a chieftain of the APC. Ekiti election is 9 days away.
Yes, 9 days away. The parties are rounding off their campaigns. The PDP will be in Ekiti tomorrow for what they call a mega rally, and the APC had one a few days ago, and I'm sure they are still planning another one. But the critical issue there is the allegations, the brickbats, accusation and counter accusations. Accusations that the electoral body, INEC, and the securities are being compromised, coming from the PDP camp, and the APC camp too, also alleging that there are moves to manipulate the election, so nobody knows who's really saying the truth. But the critical fact that happened, critical issue that happened yesterday was the arrest of some teachers at Olaoluwa Muslim Grammar School in Ado-Ekiti.
That's by the DSS.
Yeah, DSS stormed the school and they arrested some teachers from the place.
The allegation was that they were picking up, collecting PVCs from teachers.
Yeah,
from fellow teachers.
Yes, I think, but these issues, if it is real, we hope that it's not a situation where they will be kept in detention for too long. If they have really committed an offense, they should be charged to court.
When we come back tomorrow, we'll devote almost half of this program to the Ekiti election. We'll be getting people from Ekiti State to talk to us. Many issues are developing and it's so close to election. But I must say thank you to you for being part of the program. My name is Ait Political Platform. Have a nice day.
Bust it.